Okay, dear friends, I'm back. Today I'd like to go through the machine of return on the Hackthebox. And I have already spawned this machine earlier, and this is the IP address of the target. And I'd like to use the Pentesting, which is online payload OS provided by the Hackthebox to do this penetration. Before we begin today's video, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. This will help me very much. I appreciate your help and support. So without further ado, let's just get started. So now then we can switch over to Hackthebox viewer or the GUI of a payload OS. As you can see, I've already done the map scanning. And from the map scanning results, as you can see, this target is Windows system, and there are several open ports, maybe rather many, if I can say that. But I think the most interesting port number includes like 80, which is running HTTP surface, and the version information is IIS. This is the standard Microsoft, the web application or web server software. And the next one is 135. And this one, and also the 389, which is running LDAP. And from here we got the domain name information, Windows Active Directory LDAP. And also the 445, which is used by the Samba, and also the here. But I think this port number we must pay very close attention. The 5985, if we use the Google search engine to make research on this number, we can know that, this port number is used by Windows Remote Management Service. Okay, we need to keep this into our mind as we move along. So now we can go back to our terminal. So what we are going to do next is to do enumeration for the 80 port number. Let's open up our browser. And make it bigger so you can not www, rather the IP address of the target. Let's hit enter. I think this is the panel for the printer admin, and we can make a very quick walkthrough about what this admin panel is about. For example, we can go to the settings. Now here, as you can see, the server address and also the server port number is the 389, and the username and password. But we didn't get the password yet. And of course, we also can, because this is the web application, we can use the Nictone, also like a GoBuster, to do some directory enumeration or find some misconfigurations or some vulnerabilities. But I can tell you we cannot find anything useful from that. But to remember this one, we can update this information, and because this one will not require to be authenticated to use this one. So we can set up our own LDAP server. The 389 is used by the LDAP or Active Directory service. So we can set up the service, our own LDAP or Active Directory service, and then to see what's transferred between this machine and our own server. And this would be very easy. We just use the sudo netcat and the port number. Okay, the netcat is listening on this number, port number. And now we also need to modify the address of the server to our payload OS. Let's update. Yeah, no problem. Now we go back to our terminal. As you can see, we have already got the username. Of course, we have already know that username information, but also we have the password. We can make a copy of the password in case we need such information as we move forward. The next, I think now we can quit this process. And now, we have already know that the target is running Windows Remote Management Service. So we need to some sort of client to make a connection to this port number, to this service. And the tool I'd like to using is Evo. But we have already installed this one. So now we can use the sudo and evo win, and we can specify the IP address of target. Of course, if your machine doesn't have this evo win RM2, you can install it. The process would be very straightforward. We just use the sudo gem install evo win. Of course, I have already done that earlier, so it will not go through this installation again. Yeah, one gem installed. So now we just use this tool to make connection to the target. The Evo WinRM can allow us to make to spawn like a command shell between the client, in this case is our payload OS, and the target server. And we need to specify the IP address of the target. And then we need to specify the username, which is SVC printer. And then we need to specify the password. We have already made a copy to our notebook. So we just make a copy and then paste in here. Let's hit enter. Yeah, establishing. Yeah, we have already got the command shell, and we can check the ID. Who am I? Now we are currently is SVC printer. Of course, we need to elevate our privilege to administrator or root user in the Linux environment. And we can use the net user to check the privilege what the current user has. The SVC printer. As you can see, the current SVC printer is a member of the service operator. So in other words, we can manipulate the service, and of course we will generate or create our own service, and then we can get the administrator shell or session, whatever you call it. So what can we do? We need to firstly upload the netcat executable, and I know that the payload OS has the netcat, the executable, and we just want to locate and see exe. As you can see, we got this one. Or maybe we can use the find command to look for this command. And then the type is file rather than directory. Let's hit enter. Okay, I think we got the same result. Just now, what I'm doing is just to show you how to use different techniques or tools to achieve the same objective. Okay, so we can make a copy this file from the source directory to our current working directory, and then we can upload this file, because now we are within the evil session, so we can directly use the upload utility to upload the netcat executable to the target. Yeah, it's done. Upload successful, and we can dir. Yeah, it's there. The netcat executable is there. And then we need to manipulate the surface, because it's a bit difficult. Of course, we can get the instruction from the Microsoft official website. For example, like here, we can use this sc command to create. But in this case, we cannot create our own surface. We do not have permission. But we can manipulate existing surface VSS. And I will go back to our terminal. As you can see here, yeah, this is the surface what we want to manipulate. And how to do it? We can use the sc. Of course, you can query VSS surface. Yeah, this is information about the VSS surface. I think VSS surface is some sort of the volume shadow copy surface. But anyway, we just follow the steps. And now we can use the sc config and the VSS. As you can see here, we need to specify the bin pass, sorry. And the pass is this one. We can make a copy. And the nc exe. And then I think, yeah, we need to make reverse shell, and we need to the option of, not, because we are not in the Linux, so the E is cmd exe, and the attacking machine IP address and the port number we can use like 666. And now we can set up the listener. Yeah, okay. And now we can hit enter. Yes, success. And we can start the surface. Now go back to our terminal. As you can see, we have already got the collection. And now if we check the who am I to get the identity, now we are administrator, which has NT authority privilege. And I think we do not need to retrieve root flag or administrator flag users. But anyway, we can check users. But there's some problem. But I think we have already got the administrator shell. From here we can know that. So I'd like to conclude this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.